right, man, you still got Detroit Lions fans who still believe in DeAndre Swift and people on the outside who still think he good, and to be honest, he is. But, I mean, last year just took the cake. You know, he played one game and then got injured, and I think the second game of the year. And when he played, it was a different offense. You know, people said, we don't need a new running back. We got Jamal and DeAndre Swift. And like I said, it still was a lot to be desired between both of them last season. So, I hate to break it to people like that. Jamal Williams is a good back. Solid back. You know, short yardage, change of pace back. Like I keep telling y'all, if y'all want to stick with Jared Goff, you need as many home run hitters and playmakers as possible. And DeAndre Swift is, if he was able to stay healthy, it wouldn't be probably a better playmaker in the league than DeAndre Swift. He'd be at the top of that list. So, chew on that for a minute. But that's not the case. If it was the fifth, we'll all be drunk. And guess what? We sober as hell. But, I'm not saying you need to trade them, you need to release them. But at the end of the day, you looking to upgrade that position. You looking to upgrade that position with somebody explosive or a good all-purpose back. But really, you looking for the explosion. Like I said, you're looking for the explosive kick returner. You're looking for as many playmakers on the defensive side of the ball who can take the ball away and make big plays going the other way. And that's why people love talking Bijan Robinson. You got some people that love talking Josh Jacobs, love talking Saquon, love talking Tony Pollard. Me personally, I haven't seen all the backs in the league, in the draft, but y'all know I love Zach Charbonnet. And when I seen Bijan Robinson, I love what I see. Feet is quick. Charbonnet is everything. He got some power. He got some speed. He proved it, going from Michigan pro-style offense to what he doing out there with Chip Kelly. I think he a first-round caliber talent, bro, especially at Michigan his freshman year. Dude is good to me. I'm happy with either or. But Bijan Robinson give you more of that pizzazz. And you see the difference that it made with, Breece Hall in New York when he was healthy, and what it made with Kenneth Walker III in Seattle. Somebody that can, those guys got the tough yards and they gave you the explosive plays. Two things that you need. That's what you need. That's going to make Jared Goff's job easy. And what y'all got to understand, if you're going to stick with Goff, you got to look at early last season. The reason they went 1-6 is they started off with a lot of injuries, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And then you started to lose your playmakers offensively. Swift went down. Amon Ra went down. Josh Reynolds went down. DJ Shark then went down. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to continue to go on the defensive side. So guess what? You need to, everybody think, the offense is perfect and it doesn't need any tweaks there. And they're not. You got to understand, NFL adjusts every year to what you do. So the more weaponry you get, it'd be nice to get Jameson Williams in the fold, for sure. No doubt about it. But in your backfield is still to be desired. You can't count on Swift. And when Swift was running good, the offense looked completely different, looked unstoppable. But how can you depend on somebody who ain't been healthy his whole football career? And even before the National Football League. So how can you count on that? You can't. So you have to surround Goff with as many weapons as possible, as many explosive weapons. Guys that he can hand the ball off to, guys that he can dink and dunk it off to, or dink and dack it, how about that one? And they can take it to the house. You can throw a 5-yard hitch route or 5-yard speed out, and they gone, or speed out and they gone. You need as many of those playmakers as you can find. If you sticking with Goff, now if you go get somebody like Lamar Jackson, that's different. You still want as many playmakers, but Lamar can give you explosive plays. Jared Goff, without those guys, he can't make something out of nothing. That's what happened in LA when Todd Gurley fell out his prime. He couldn't make something out of nothing. That's what y'all failing to realize. That's what made Brady, Mahomes, and those guys like that top tier, Joe Burrow. They able to right the ship when the number 1-2 guy down. They able to make plays. They able to make guys better. That's what I'm trying to like get people to understand about golf. Everything got to be right around golf, as it was for Matthew Stafford to be successful. It has to be perfect, no matter what you seen last year when they got healthy. Absolutely. But that's why if a couple of playmakers fall off, now guess what? Now you got a plethora of playmakers. Don't mean they all got to be Tyreek Hill. You know what I'm saying? That's not the case. They just got to, you know what I'm saying? They just got to be solid. They just got to be solid. Yeah, my bad. I had to run into the dog store. It's my girl puppy dog birthday. I had to grab her some stuff. But yeah, man, I was thinking about how, people still believing in Swift. I just found that funny. There's no knock on him personally. I hope people don't be taking this shit personal, bro. It ain't personal. It's just football. And I'm not saying cut him or nothing like that, but I just think it's time to start to move towards the solution. And people say, well, you can take one later. And yeah, the Pierce kid from Houston was great, but y'all want to stick with golf. You got to put as many playmakers around him as possible for him to be successful. Some guys like Patrick Mahomes or Brady, or some guys you don't need as many playmakers because they can make things happen. They can make guys better. Golf is tremendous when everything around him is right. Matthew Stafford was the same way. When everything around him was right, he was pretty good. He was pretty good. But what separates a Stafford in golf from that next tier of guys, the next tier of guys can make plays, bro. So you want as many playmakers as possible. And if somebody take the bull by the horns and becomes that guy, let's say DeAndre Swift stay healthy next year and just you Trav Robinson or something like that, you bring somebody else in and he just finally stay healthy and put it together. Guess what? You keep feeding him. If something happened where he need a breather, he need a rest, or he get injured, then you rotate the next guy in. That's what teams like Kansas City and Philly had. They had a lot of depth. They had a lot of depth. And that's what you're looking for. So you can't, I think, with Swift and Jamal Williams, it still was a lot to be desired out the backfield. As good as the line was, it was a lot to be desired in the run game. Some of it was personnel, some of it was schematic. But it was things left to be desired there. Like it or not. Now, I know people don't want to have that conversation or whatever, but the run game could have been a lot better. If you had to put a percentage on it, I think 40% it was, I think like 30% was play calling, which is schematically. I think like 20% of it, the line could have been better, and the other 50%, the backs could have been better, period. So you need to improve that. And if you can improve it with somebody that I can just hand it off to and they can go 70 yards or get big chunk plays, guess what? Why not? Why wouldn't you do it? So that's just where I'm at with it at. But yeah, man, I mean, you can believe, a lot of people just want to, a lot of people approach, a lot of fans approach it with optimism. You can't, especially when you're looking at it through my point of view, I'm not approaching it with optimism. I'm approaching it as a realist. And neither one, the way to look at it is perfect. And sometimes you can be very optimistic. But you got to remember the franchise and the history of the franchise. So even when I get very happy when they do some things and have a great offseason, I'm still the Lions. And they still got to prove that they not SOL. So don't forget that. They still got to prove that they not SOL. And they didn't do so last offseason. Jesus Christ. They didn't do that. I mean, they didn't do that this season. They proved that they could be on the right track. But until they win a playoff game and win an NFC championship or win an NFC North playoff game, at least that, then we can start saying they hitting the corner. Then we can start saying that. But until they hit that corner, or they bend that corner completely, not like they starting to turn the corner. No, until they turn the corner, come on, we can't say that. So that's just where I'm at with it. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notification. We go live or drop a video financially. We go financial support the channel. Cash App, $CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.